Are we ready?
Yeah, you are.
We sure?
Oh, I know, but this will be fun.
Wow. Jeez, man, you're right next to me. Scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, we're 1-5, and Brad Payne's pitching today. Thanks, Tony. So we'll edit that out.
Took out the cameraman.
Opening day is 3 weeks away on Fox Sports Midwest.
That was really good, except I almost killed you. But that was really good.
This is great. But,
Fox Sports on mid.
Are you catching me today?
Oh man, you're running late.
Uh-oh. Get foul.
A little bit of Albert. Yeah. Sometimes do the face on accident.
Oh, they take your license away.
No. Spring training is on. See.
Fox Sports Midwest.
Yeah.
Yep. Time to get serious.
How'd it feel today?
well, good. Well, good. Very good. Good to be back on the hill. Good to throw the out of the air. It's the best. It makes you feel like you're throwing good pitches even when you're not.
Everybody, this is Johnny Carson. This is Cardinal Baseball.
Oh, Murph.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I'm stiff arming you. Absolutely. Nobody has disappointed me so far this year like you have.
Where do you Google this, Pete?
Musclehead Magazine.
Oh, they talked I was hitting it too hard? No, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You guys, you really don't want me? You want O? You're breaking my heart right away?
That wasn't my run. Sorry about that, Wayno.
Spring training, right here, Fox Sports Midwest, huh?
Is that the slow motion camera? I mean, what kind of footage are you getting right now?
All right, it's enough of that, Joe.
Spring training is on Fox Sports Midwest.
Fans in Minnesota have been waiting for this night since 1981, playing baseball outdoors. With this new Target Field, new contracts have been signed. That's Joe Mauer, the reigning MVP. He's in the lineup tonight, and baseball is next. The Cardinals will wrap up spring training north in Minnesota and Target Field with 2 games against the Twins. The Cardinals and the Minnesota Twins, 2 teams that made it to postseason play just a year ago. Back in 1961, that was the logo for the Twins when they moved to Minnesota, and tonight they'll open up Target Field. With my partner Al Roboski, I'm Dan McLaughlin. Delighted to have you with us for baseball tonight. Beautiful weather and excitement in the air, no doubt, as they have open-air stadium now and open-air baseball here in Minnesota.
You got a young generation that have never seen outdoor baseball at the major league level here in Minnesota. And I think looking at this new ballpark, they've got a winner.
And let's talk about the Cardinals. They feel that they have a winner here in 2010. Not a lot of turnover with this roster, but what stands out for you?
Well, I don't think there was a lot of surprises. Probably one guy that I was anxious to see was Alan Craig. Last year's minor league player of the year. We've seen Mathers, Stavanoa, David Freese wins the third base job. Jaime Garcia wins the 5th spot. Brad Pinney's number 3 in the rotation. Felipe Lopez, that was a big addition right before spring training. And Hawksworth is recovering from his groin pull.
Well, even though this is exhibition play here tonight, baseball fans will get a treat because both MVPs from both leagues are in the lineup tonight. Albert Pujols, the 3-time winner for St. Louis, and the outstanding catcher, the MVP a year ago, Joe Mauer of Minnesota. Back with more in a moment. Back at Target Field, it is sold out tonight. They'll have close to 40,000 in attendance, the Cardinals and the Minnesota Twins. Dan and Al back with you, and of course we've got two MVPs that we need to talk about in this game tonight. Albert Pujols of the Cardinals, Joe Mauer of the Minnesota Twins. Al, not only great players, but great ambassadors for their cities and for the game of baseball.
No doubt about it. And Joe Mauer, a local product here, he has been outstanding. You know about Albert Pujols. Both these guys are destined for the Hall of Fame. Of course, Albert's closer.
And Al, when you look at these two guys, it's not only what they do at the plate, and that's what gets most of the notice, and that sweet swing of Joe Mauer, but also defensively behind the plate, he gets the job done, and we've seen that not just from Mauer, but with Pujols too.
Most demanding position is the catcher. He's excellent defensively and offensively. And Albert Pujols, you know, what can we say about him? Albert is the man. Both of them have those lightning quick hands. They get to the ball and then they can drive the ball. But they also, Albert has won a Gold Glove, and he has many more destined in the future.
Now it adds a little intrigue to this exhibition game here tonight is Kyle Loesch getting the start for St. Louis. He spent 6 years of his career here in Minnesota. Some of those years a little rocky. So we'll talk about the pitching matchup when we come back. The native of Minnesota, their very own, the American League MVP, Joe Mauer in the lineup tonight at Target Field, the Cardinals and the Twins, and a former Twin will get the start for the Redbirds tonight. That's Kyle Loesch.
Kyle Loesch, injury plagued last season, hoping he can stay injury-free. You see his career numbers, including 6 years here in Minnesota.
And a guy that has to stay injury-free for Minnesota to have a chance to make a run this year in the American League Central Division, and that's Carl Pavano.
They were happy with him, came over mid-season last year, nearly 200 innings pitched. No longer the power pitcher, really a finesse pitcher today.
So Carl Pavano and Kyle Loesch will get the start. It's a pair of right-handers from Target Field in Minnesota. The Twins and Cardinals, time to play baseball when we come back. Still spring training, and we are in Minnesota tonight and Target Field in Minneapolis. The Cardinals and the Minnesota Twins. And let's take a look at Hungo's all-time Twins.
Well, Rod Carew, 3,028 hits. Harmon Carew, almost 600 home runs. Kirby Puckett, a first ballot Hall of Famer. I might argue with that one. Tony Oliva should be in the Hall of Fame. Herbeck, he is on their Wall of Fame here. He's also Hungarian, so he gets a nod, along with Bert Blyleven, who will be a Hall of Famer next year. 287 wins, 219 as a Cardinal, and a lot of these guys were honored here today.
That was just moments ago. They unveiled the retired numbers here in Minnesota. Tony Oliva, number 6. Harmon Killebrew, number 3. Of course, you had Kent Herbeck and Rod Carew. And there's a look at Bert Blyleven, who is 5th all-time in strikeouts and 287 wins in his career, but still on the outside looking in.
Well, he's very, very close this season, so I think next year he'll probably make it.
This is a stadium that seats 39,504. Quite a difference from the Metrodome. We'll go through some of the dimensions of this ballpark throughout the telecast tonight. Let's take a look at Tony La Russa's lineup. Skip Schumacher is your second baseman, followed by Brendan Ryan. He says he's 100% and your shortstop tonight. Reigning MVP Albert Pujols of the National League. Matt Holliday, your left fielder. Colby Rasmus, very good spring training. He's in center. Ryan Ludwig is in right field. We're using the designated hitter in an American League park, so that'll be Felipe Lopez, the St. Louis and David Freese, and then Matt Pagnazzi is the catcher, batting 9th. And that's a look at the numbers of Carl Pavano from a year ago, split between Cleveland and then wrapping up with Minnesota.
Well, he's very stingy. He's a controlled pitcher. He's really learned how to change speeds, take a little off, add a little bit, and he's removed from those 4 nightmarish years in New York with the Yankees.
A look at the defense behind Carl Pavano tonight. Delman Young, a former #1 overall pick, and then Span and Kadire. It's Punto, Hardy, Hudson, only 8 errors a season ago. Justin Morneau, a former MVP over at first, and the battery tonight, Pavano and Joe Mauer. Last season, Ron Gardenhire led his club yet again into postseason play. They went 87-77, went down to the wire. They have won 5 Central Division crowns since he took over in 2002, and Al, he's done a great job.
That's right. You know, he was on the staff of Tom Kelly, just sort of an extension of Tom, and he's learned how to win. And these two are the 2 best managers in the Central Division. National League, it's Tony.
So here is Skip Schumacher to lead it off for the Cardinals against Carl Pavano, 34-year-old, 6'5", 250, and it's swung on and hit to the Gold Glover, Hudson, who makes the play. Hard hit, but right at the second baseman and the former Dodger, Orlando Hudson.
Well, Pavano's happy. Got one pitch, one out. And Skip having a tough spring, but I don't think anybody's worried after a couple years of hitting 300.
Hitting 203 in the spring is Schumacher, and now here's Brendan Ryan. Last season in 129 games, he hit 292. I was talking at length with Brendan before the game. He said, Al, a total of 35 times it was his guess that he took batting practice at all last season. He said now he would go out and take maybe one swing and that would be it. But he said a full extended batting practice about 35 times because of that sore wrist.
And now he's driving the ball.
This one is popped up. Fairly windy day here in the Minneapolis area, and that's hit out of play. Strike two, 0-2 the count.
Mark McGwire has got Brendan Ryan to stay in the batter's box instead of trying to run and make contact. He's got his weight back, trying to drive the ball, and he's hit 2 home runs in spring training.
Get the feeling this might be a breakout year of sorts for him. I mean, it was defensively last year, but maybe altogether this year.
And a lot of people forget that he hit 290 even with that bad wrist.
Out in front that time, but just got a piece to stay alive.
But there's a good example, as you said, a little bit out in front, but at least this time he's able to make contact. As just a quick reminder to just keep that weight shift back.
Had rain all afternoon, so no batting practice for either team. Here's a ground ball hit to short. Former Brewer J.J. Hardy with it, 2 away. They picked him up this past November in a trade with the Brewers, and now it's Albert Pujols.
We last saw Albert in spring training. He's batting around 200. Well, he's back up over 3.
And 4 home runs,
right.
8 RBIs in limited play. 2 outs and nobody on.
43 at bats. Most guys say you need at least 30. He was out a couple weeks, not with that back, muscle spasms in his lower back.
0-1 pitch to Albert Pujols. Taken for a strike. 0-2. Wind is whipping from right to left. And time will tell if this will be a hitter's park or pitcher's park or just a fair park. Pujols hits it deep into right center field. Kadire is back near the wall, and the catch is made by Denard Span. The center fielder comes over and makes the grab right near the wall. On an 0-2 pitch, Albert gave it a ride. Twins coming up in their half of the first. Bottom of the first rolls in. Gorgeous field, Target Field. Downtown Minneapolis, historic warehouse district. And a look at the Twins lineup tonight. Denard Span, the center fielder, made that fine catch off the bat of Pujols, and then Hudson and Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau, Michael Kadire, Jason Kubel, Delman Young, J.J. Hardy, and Nick Punto. And the Cardinals turn it over to Kyle Loesch in his final tune-up before the regular season.
Very disappointing season last year due to injury. And this year you hope that he can stay injury-free and that win total will get more into double figures, maybe even have a new career high.
Here is Denard Span, who's hitting 283 this spring. First pitch is a strike.
Denard made a little news the other day.
Sure did. A line shot off his bat that hit his mother, who was sitting in the front row right by the dugout. And very scary situation. I mean, it was almost for Cardinal fans, you remember Aaron Miles and Juan Encarnacion. Now, not to that level, obviously, but still very scary. He was shook up, taken from the game. The opposing team even offered to let him come back in, and the Twins decided against that. Check swing did not go, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And she was all right. She hit in the chest, but she was all right after a little timeout. You're not supposed to do that to your mother, are
No,
you?
you're not. But he has called for more netting for the fans that are behind home plate as Span hits it foul. And here's a look at this from Fort Myers the other day.
The defensive swing right over the dugout, and look at it. Now, obviously, he knew his family and about 20 members were there, and his mother is the one that was hit in the chest.
Span rips it fair on a 1-2 delivery into the right field corner, and he can fly. On his way to second, he'll try for 3. Leadoff triple for Denard Span. Now, he led the league in triples with 10 a year ago in the American League.
Well, already in this game, he's made an impact. A great catch off the bat of Pujols in dead right field. The center fielder makes that play. Pagnazzi set up inside, down and in. A left-handed batter just drops a bat head, and he just has to make it inside the first base bag, and he does so. And then with that great speed, it's a sure triple.
So his first of the spring, and again, he led the league in triples in the American League a year ago. Pete Rose got the first hit in an exhibition game at the Metrodome, and now Denard Span the first base hit here at Target Field. Here's Orlando Hudson.
Going to be a good pickup for them.
No doubt. You wonder why this guy is available the last couple of seasons late into the free agency period. Here's a guy the last 4 years that's had an on-base percentage of .363, and defensively he's won 4 Gold Gloves.
The only thing you could say is he's had injuries to his hand the last couple seasons.
That was 2 years ago. He had the wrist situation, so he was a late pickup by the Dodgers. And then last year, you might remember, against the Cardinals, Joe Torre benched him for the playoffs. He had a serious decline in the second half of the season, so the Twins feel they got a pretty good bargain here, and Orlando Hudson.
Good pitch, not turning the ball over, just sailing down and away beyond the swing.
Hudson hit .283 with 9 home runs and 62 RBIs in his only year with the Dodgers a year ago.
Now that you have 2 strikes, you can really concentrate on striking him out or the pop-up. Again, a lot of times a pitcher gets in trouble when you have a leadoff triple. You work so hard in trying to retire the next batter that you put him on base. Many times it's better to just have the mindset to say, okay, that run's going to score, and go out there and just try to be as efficient as possible. Make sure it's just a single tally. But when you try to so hard to try and keep that guy, you end up walking 1 or 2 guys, or you make a careless mistake and becomes a real crooked number.
And Pagnazzi out to visit. We should tell the folks at home that Jason LaRue, dealing with that sore hand, says that if this was a everyday game, a regular season game, he would be in there. And Tony La Russa was telling us in his office that the news with Molina seems to be edging towards the fact that he'll play on Monday, but nothing set in stone yet. Ooh, good pitch.
He's working both sides of the plate. He's changing speeds. So you can see he's working here, but now after getting ahead in the count, he's run the count full.
Hudson, a swing and a miss, and Loesch took something off that pitch.
Yeah, good off-speed pitch right there.
Cardinals defense, Holiday, Rasmussen, Ludwig in the outfield. Freeze, Ryan, Schumacher, and Pujols along the infield. Loesch and Pagnazzi the battery, and a standing O for Joe Mauer.
Not only for what Mauer did last year, but I think it's sort of an acknowledgement, but thank you for signing that huge contract and staying home.
$184 million extension, 8 years for Joe Mauer. Hometown product. First pitch is taken for a strike.
Good breaking ball there. Get ahead.
Well, typical Joe Mauer. He's only hitting .421 this spring.
After starting the season late due to injury, you know, he flirted with .400 for quite a while, and quite a tribute to a catcher.
Taps that foul. No balls and 2 strikes. The amazing thing about Mauer is the fact he's a catcher and he's almost 6'6". And now when you were playing, that just didn't happen. Guys that tall just weren't catchers. And he's very quick bat speed and mobile, and you wonder how this will all play out year 7 and 8 of the contract, and if he can stay healthy at such a demanding position. But what a great player. Mauer rips it, and it's foul. It's a good example of how quick his hands are too on an inside pitch.
Good point, Dan, but a little bit too quick as he pulls it foul, asking for confirmation whether it was a strike, and it was a good cutter coming in on him.
He's been durable since 2005. Only A.J. Pierzynski and Jason Varitek have played more games behind the plate.
Nice block by Pagnazzi, and there is no problem. Pagnazzi, excellent defensively, but we'll talk a little bit about it offensively. And Pags with that good technique got a little lucky there, but it's really the glove is secondary. It's just to guard the hole and use that body to block the ball. And that ball got underneath the glove, but he was trapped by the chest protector and the technique.
1-2 to Mauer. Pulled foul. Three-time batting champ, MVP for his career. He has hit .327. One thing that stands out about a new field here with Target Field is the foul territory. Not as much as you've seen in other ballparks.
No, and I do believe that this ballpark is going to play big.
Another 1-2 pitch.
Well, that's an outstanding play by Pagnazzi. Set up completely outside, and Loesch misses location, skips a beat on him, and down in to the left-handed batter. So he's expecting something away and has to go clear across the plate, reach for a bouncing ball.
Joe Mauer hit .365 last year, won the batting championship in the American League. 2-2 pitch. Got him on the outside corner. Bruce Dreckman. Here's the first booze from Target Field.
Yeah, we got to acknowledge that, but a backdoor breaking ball. As Pagnazzi does a nice job to frame it, whether it was outside or not. He sells it to Dreckman, and Joe Mauer is a strikeout victim.
And now your frame of mind, as you talked about with Loesch, with having nobody out and a runner at third, and saying, well, you almost concede that run. Now things have changed.
Oh, absolutely. After you get the first out, it changes a lot. They got a shift on for Morneau. And here's another. You know, the Cardinals got Holiday and Pujols. They have just as dangerous as tandem with these two.
No doubt. Morneau has had a tough spring, though, hitting .156.
I'd still take him.
Absolutely. Former MVP. He can hit. Tied him up. Good pitch.
Outstanding pitch right there. I'm real impressed with what I'm seeing from Loesch, just his ability to work on both sides of the plate, changing speeds. And what a confidence boost. Many times as a pitcher, you know, like you say, sometimes you'll concede that run, but if you get an out or two, then you just in your mind, you know that guy cannot score.
The 0-2 pitch. See in this first half inning, he's really gone inside on the lefties. Numbers a year ago for Morneau.
Well, for the last 2 or 3 years, Dave Duncan has raved about Pagnazzi. And I think that's a lot of it has to do with the catcher. You know, giving him the confidence, telling him to go in there. Now, Dave Duncan writes a great script and a game plan, and it's up to the pitcher to follow it. But I think, you know, these guys enjoy throwing to Matt Pagnazzi.
2-2. Ground ball off the glove of Loesch, but positioned perfectly. Brendan Ryan, a wide throw and safe at first. A run scores, and it's 1-0 Minnesota.
A little careless by Brendan Ryan. He had a shift on. He was playing behind second base, so it was easy for him to get it. But kind of a careless flip. A little sidearm flip, and the ball sails when you do that. But you can see where he is playing on the first base side of second. Our shortstop, Brendan Ryan, look how deep Schumacher is. There's 3 infielders on the right side. So the ball hit there, and there you see kind of that little sidearm flip, and the ball will sail, and Albert couldn't stay on the bag.
So E6 on the play. Run scores, and it's Kadire now. Quietly, look at those numbers that he put together last year with 32 home runs.
And a very good spring from Michael. Kadire hitting .434. There you see. Now watch how casual, and then that just careless little flip. You can almost see how that ball sails. And the umpire said that Albert couldn't stay on.
Hit out of play and foul. Well, I'd have to say our first impression of this ballpark, gorgeous, and great job that they've done here in Minnesota.
Totally agree. It's very, very nice.
Cost was $545 million. This began back in April of 2005. They agreed in principle to build the stadium.
And in right field, you can see the little porch out there as it overhangs the playing surface. I like that.
Just something different.
Yeah, and we aren't sure, because they do not have it clearly marked where the home run line is. We think it has to reach that second tier.
And what we're talking about is the scoreboard that has all the out-of-town just to the left of that area that we're showing you there.
But it looks like it has to get up above the scoreboard to be a home run.
Even the players in the dugout today were trying to figure it out. And as I mentioned before, no BP, so the players couldn't go out to see that. Loesch strikes out the side, but the error by Ryan gives Minnesota a 1-run lead after 1 inning of play. Target Field here in Minnesota. You're watching Cardinals baseball on Fox Sports Midwest. Al Gallagher, there are 3 things in my life which I really love: God, my family, and baseball. The only problem, once baseball season starts, I change the order around a bit. Al Gallagher.
Here's the Al Gallagher, who our buddy Tom Mee played for in the Atlanta Braves organization. Tom Mee, of course, is a native here of the Twin Cities, and he will be directing our telecast for Fox Sports Midwest. This is his 3rd stadium that he has worked in, and of course his dad was the PR director for the Twins for better than 3 decades.
Dan now 80+ years of age. Of course, Tom has his new book out too.
Yeah, how to cut a game.
Cutting the Game, and you can find out more at cuttingthegame.com. 1 ball, 1 strike on Matt Holliday with Rasmus on deck, and then Ryan Ludwig. Holliday is swinging a miss. He strikes out. And Pavano has his first strikeout tonight.
It's been very efficient. And here is, we talked about a guy that can really hit his spots and change speeds. Good look at one right there. You know, one thing the Cardinal hitters have done very little of this season is strike out in the
right.
You know, in the spring training. That's a great attribute, and hopefully it continues.
Changeup taken low and away by Colby Rasmus.
Colby looks like he's ready for his sophomore season.
I think he's going to have a big year.
Yep, he just seems so much more relaxed and ready.
Rasmus with a base hit up the middle. Cardinals' first hit tonight off the bat of center fielder Colby Rasmus. Ryan Ludwig has also had a very good spring too.
And one of the things when you're talking about strikeouts, Ludwig, who's had the good spring, but he's only struck out 4 times this spring. In the last couple of years, he's been over 100 during the regular season.
One out, runner at first, and here is Ludwig. 5 home runs this spring, and he's had 16 RBIs. Slowly hit towards third. Punto has only played a first, and they get Ludwig by a step.
Hard to strike out when you swing at the first pitch, though.
There you go. Cardinals campout presented by Bass Pro Shops, and Tracker Boats is back. Friday, May 7th, the Cardinals take on the Pirates. Come spend a night on the field and under the stars at Busch Stadium. Number to call is 345-9500, or of course visit cardinals.com/campout. Switch hitting Felipe Lopez, designated hitter tonight, hitting .207 this spring, no homers and 3 RBIs. Rotation for the Twins will include Pavano, Scott Baker, Nick Blackburn, Kevin Slowey, and then Francisco Liriano.
Had a very good spring, a lot of strikeouts, 30 and 20 innings.
They picked up Pavano late last year when they had injuries to Slowey and Liriano and Glenn Perkins at that time. He was 9-8 with Cleveland, and you mentioned the 4 years that he had with the New York Yankees, and unfortunately for Carl Pavano, that's what he's known for right now. 4 years and $39 million, and he got 9 wins out of that contract. 9 wins in those 4 years. 145 innings. And Brian Cashman, the year before in 2004, saw him go 18-8. And then the year before that, he saw him pitch the Marlins into the World Series.
Yeah, those 2 years he won 30 games with the Marlins. And he doesn't beat himself up. You know, he goes out there and throws strikes, walks, one of the fewest, and allowing walks in all of baseball.
That's something that the Twins as a team have done very well. They've allowed the fewest walks in baseball since 2002, and the Cardinals are 5th on that list. Dave Duncan, you always hear him talk about preaching to his pitchers, you know, pitch to contact and sinkers and put the ball in play.
Loesch is on about a 90-100 pitch count, and he ate up quite a bit of that in the first inning.
Fought out by Lopez into left. Delman Young is there and puts it away. Cardinals strand the runner. It'll be Kubel, Young, and Hardy, former Brewer, coming up from Target Field in Minnesota. Bottom of the second rolls in at Target Field here in Minnesota. 1-0 Twins. And for the Twins, as you take a look at some notable injuries, the big one for them, Joe Nathan, out for the year. Their closer, who's just been terrific ever since he was picked up.
No doubt about it, and one of the reasons why they're the favorite in the Central Division, they'll go by a bullpen by committee.
John Roush is one of the guys that they're looking at. McElroy is another one that has pitched very well this spring for Ron Gardenhire's club, but you know, he just said, hey, we're going to have to deal with this. There are other teams that are dealing with big injuries. How about the Phillies? I mean, they got 3 in one
Blanton.
day. And J.C. Romero.
Right. Yeah, they're fine left-hander specialists.
There's Jason Kubel, 7th year in Minnesota, and you look up and down their everyday lineup. For the most part, this is homegrown talent for the Minnesota Twins.
I've said it many times on the telecast, but the Twins, to me, are one of the best organizations, and their drafting has been outstanding. You go back to the 60s, and they had great scouts, and they gave no money at all. They came up with really bona fide players.
2-1 is hit out to center. Rasmus there to make the catch. And the other thing too, Al, if you're going to sign guys like a Joe Mauer for 8 years and $184 million and not a huge market, you have to be able to draft talent and keep them with good players that are relatively inexpensive.
Well, they're a lot like the Cardinals. You know, they have an upper echelon core of players that are going to make the bulk of the money. So it's very important to have a very productive farm system.
This payroll is $30 million greater than it was this time last year at the Metrodome.
And I think they feel that with a new facility, they'll be able to compete.
I think the other thing that you would agree with too is that you have to have stability if you're going to win. And The Twins, since 1986, have had either Tom Kelly, who we saw earlier on the field, or Ron Gardenhire. Gardenhire was here and a bench coach back in 1995, so he's been around this organization a long time.
And a lot of their coaches are just, you know, Tom Kelly's coaches that stayed with Gardenhire.
May remember Ron Gardenhire as a player. Cardinal fans may. His time with the Mets. David Freese makes the play. He picked up his first major league hit of a Hall of Famer, Bruce Sutter.
Gardenhire?
Yeah. Here's J.J. Hardy. Things just did not go well for Hardy in Milwaukee last year. He played in 110 starts for the Brewers, and then this offseason was traded for Carlos Gomez.
And they expect Gomez to do a lot of really good things for him. And by the way, Jim Edmonds did make that team, right?
Oh, yeah. They're saying that he's going to play a lot.
Yeah, because of Gomez.
Right.
I still think the Cardinals should have taken him to spring training. They now have no left-handed bats off their bench.
Ground ball hit to short. Brendan Ryan up with it, over to Pujols. Folks have been waiting a long time for this kind of weather and a night like tonight to open up Target Field, having some fun in downtown Minneapolis. 1-0. Well, that's a look at First Avenue, concert venue in downtown Minneapolis, and a famous venue about a block away from us here at Target Field. Here's David Freese, the Cardinals' third baseman, who's hitting .294 this spring, 1 home run, 11 RBIs. He'll turn 27 this month. And last year, the Cardinals used 7 different players over at third base. That will change this year, you would think.
Well, you would think he'd get the bulk of the playing time and hopefully be the mainstay there, but there'll be some bodies shifting in and out.
And the teammates have been very supportive of David. Of course, 3 months after his issue in the offseason, he looks to be the everyday third baseman.
Tony doesn't want to, just give jobs, especially to rookies, but in everyone's mind, David earned the job, and he's hit with power at every level.
Takes a pitch outside. We saw in a game that we did last week down in Jupiter, he hits for power, in particular to right center. Very good opposite field power.
And you can see defensively they shade him that way. Gap out in left center.
Taken low, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Early in spring, Tony thought that David put a lot of extra pressure on himself, and it seemed like once that little talk and he started relaxing a little bit, those numbers started improving.
A spring battle with Joe Mather and signing of Felipe Lopez as Freese strikes out. 2 strikeouts for Carl Pavano. Monday, opening day, and the Cardinals take on the Reds in the tradition-laden opener in Cincinnati. First pitch at noon, but our coverage begins at 8 in the morning with replays of 5 of the best games of last year. Then at 11, it's a special 1-hour Toyota Cardinals Live pregame show, followed by the game at noon. Opening day, Cards Reds high definition on Fox Sports Midwest. And again, we should mention that every one of our telecasts this season will be in HD. Matt Pagnazzi, Al, you touched upon it earlier. His offense is starting to get a little attention to go along with that good defense.
Well, the one thing Mark McGwire has brought to this team, especially with so many young guys, is a lot of confidence. He's been very, very positive in his remarks to them.
Here's a broken bat and a base hit past J.J. Hardy.
Talked about Matt Pagnazzi. He said, I don't know why he hadn't hit in the past. What I see is a guy that looks like he can swing the bat. And just sometimes just telling Mark McGwire, telling a young player that is going to give them a lot of confidence. Just drives the ball. He's put on about 10 more pounds of muscle. I also talked to Mike Aldretti, and he's been around a little bit now, and he said 2 years ago, he said, I didn't think he had any chance. Now he does have a fighting chance, and we know defensively he can handle all the responsibilities.
Schumacher hits it on the button again, but a double play ball for 6-3. Second time he's hit it right at Orlando Hudson. Dan and Al back with you. Glad to have you along here in Minnesota at Target Field. The Metrodome seated 55,000 plus. This ballpark 39,504. They wanted to make it cozy, and 19,000 of those seats, Al, are on the lower level. They say as far as the sight lines, they did extensive study, as they should. They said it came out great in all the studies that they did, that the sight lines are some of the best in baseball.
Looks like a very attractive stadium. Certain areas, I mean, they could dress it up a little bit, but I think it's a far cry from what they had with the Metrodome.
1 million square feet for this ballpark. Metropolitan Stadium opened up in 1956. First Twins game was 1961. Then in 1981 they went to the Metrodome, and now Target Field. Well, so many people talk about how cold it may be early and late season, and it will get cold on some of the nights, but they kind of forgot about the rain. And when we had rain earlier today, they said, well, we haven't seen a tarp in Minnesota, well, since 1981.
Think about it. Anybody under 40 had never seen outdoor baseball, you know, here at the major league level in Minnesota. Yes, they do have a tarp. We saw it on the field before the game. And I think we were all dreading coming up here and worrying about it, frigid temperatures, but nobody can argue with this weather we have right here today.
Yeah, we spoke with John Mozeliak, the Cardinals GM, before the game in the dugout. We said, well, why are we here? How did this all come about? He said, it's pretty simple. Minnesota asked us to come here.
And there's a little payday, too.
That helps.
But you always dread and worry about a couple rainouts, as I think John is very pleased with what the makeup of his ball club.
It's Bill Smith on the left, the Twins GM. John's on the right, and he's saying, okay, so you got your catcher for $184 million. Now help me get our first baseman. How are we going to get him signed?
Oh, don't worry about it. There's plenty of time.
Here's the 0-2. Ooh, just missed to Denard Span. That's something that this guy does so well, is get on base and go deep into counts. He had a great perspective on being a leadoff man. He said that first at bat in the game is not about me, it's about my teammates. And if I can go deep into a count and have this pitcher show me more pitches, he's showing our entire lineup more pitches, and that's more important than maybe even getting on base.
And Dan, when you look at pitch counts of today, if you can go up there as a leadoff hitter and get close to double figures in pitches, you know, you're well on your way of accomplishing that goal of knocking out the starter early.
Just missed there again. The average major league starter, Al, went 5 2/3 last year, and they averaged 93 pitches a game. That's your point.
There you go. Yeah. And usually when you don't get to 6 innings, you put a lot of burden on your bullpen.
This is cranked down the right field line, and it's a home run. Denard Span with 2 hits for Minnesota. Their only 2 hits of the game. One a triple, and this one a home run.
Well, you've seen at times that Kyle Loesch is one of his bugaboos is the home run ball. And watch for the location. Obviously up and in the middle of the plate, and he jumped all over it. So what an exciting player. You saw the triple, now you see the home run, and you get that kind of production from your leadoff man. And with what they got in the middle, you're off to the races.
That's another one of their homegrown products. 20th overall pick back in 2002. Denard Span. And here's Orlando Hudson, who struck out swinging first time up.
So if Loesch can't get the ball back down.
2-0 Minnesota. Remember, Loesch was hit by a pitch on May 23rd in a game that he would take into the ninth against Kansas City. And after that, his season just unraveled. He had a terrific month of April to start the season. Had an ERA under 2. He had won 3 games, and then he got hit by that pitch, and then all of a sudden just things went south.
If you think about it, the last 2 seasons he started out 3-0, and that's what we need to do this year and then carry it forward. Pitchers are getting up now a little bit.
There's a look at the pitch count for Kyle Loesch, and he was telling us before the game he'd like to get to 90 to 95 pitches on the night.
The biggest thing is you want to get your work in. This is the 6th and final start. And cringe and just hope that you don't have injuries the last weekend before the season.
And he issues his first walk. Remember, he had Span at 0-2, lost him, went deep into a count, home run. Hudson the walk, and now Mauer. Mauer struck out on a borderline pitch his first time up.
Now you've got Albert holding on the runner at first base, so hitting room if he pulls the ball. And we've seen him have the ability to really hit the ball to all fields with power.
Breaking ball, missed. Lifelong Minnesotan, Joe Mauer. Guys that have come from this area: Paul Molitor, Jack Morris, Dave Winfield. They grew up in St. Paul and finished here, but this terrific player was drafted out of high school here, had a scholarship to play for Bobby Bowden and Florida State.
Remember the controversy. Do you go the cheap route and pick Joe Mauer, or do you go the guy that can help you immediately?
Mark Pryor.
Mark Pryor. I think they did all right, and eventually it cost them.
Not the cheap route anymore. The high fly ball into center, drifting back. Rasmus drifting and makes the catch. Heads up play here. Hudson tagging up and safe into second base. He saw that he was drifting back and never really got in a position to throw.
That's a good point, Dan. As you said, instead of kind of going back on it a little more aggressively, such a high fly ball, you could go back and then get your momentum coming forward. But just almost taking, assuming that they're not going to run. But you're flat-footed, you're back on your heels. Makes a nice throw, but Hudson has that good speed. Just one of those things, anticipate the guy's going to take the extra base. If you could put yourself in a fielding position and come forward, he doesn't run.
Think about the little things that don't show up in the game of baseball in a box score, and that's one of those things if this runner comes around to score. Drifting back, not getting in position to make the throw, allowing Hudson to get into scoring position.
More coaching is done at the major league level, so Dave McKay will point that out to him and just do it in a way to where you learn from it.
2-0 the count. You always hear about giving major league teams an extra out, but that's even a case where we just saw where that can come back to haunt you too. 3-0 on Morneau. They've got the shift on here. First base is open.
Hit that ball up the middle that Brendan Ryan committed the error on, allowing the first run to score.
Pagnazzi sets up way outside, and that's the second walk in the inning. Once he fell behind, you got the feeling that he was just going to say, all right, I'm not going to deal with Morneau, I'm going to go with Kadire.
I agree with you, but
Spring training.
What do you got to lose? Why not go out there and attack the hitter? on Monday, these results don't mean a thing. Maybe you learn something. I can get a good hitter out when I'm behind.
Kadire struck out back in the first. Loesch has struck out 3, swing and a miss. Bullpens, by the way, are stacked against each other. Cardinals are in front with Minnesota in back. Located in left center field. Deepest part of the park is near the bullpens at 411.
Those 2 good pitches by Loesch. You got the slider or cutter going away, then you got that running in on the hands, kind of tailing in on them. And you see how big, 411 out there at the gate to the bullpen areas.
Oh, 2 pitch. Backhanded by Pujols, and everybody is safe.
It's one of those plays because of the shift being on. Albert's instinct to throw to second base, get the force out, but really nobody there, and then he couldn't hold on to the ball. So Pagnazzi going to come out and say, okay, come on, don't worry about it. Should be out of this inning, but you know, we're going to just extend a little bit, and you're going to make some great pitches.
Well, Kyle Loesch is in year 2 of a $41 million deal. 4 years, $41 million. Spent 6 years in Minnesota. Came to the Cardinals late in spring training a couple of seasons ago. He went 15-6, and then last year 6-10. Had the strained forearm, groin issue, and never was the same after that injury.
Call that an error on Albert. Cardinals have had, I won't say sloppy defense, because a lot of the errors early in spring training were committed by guys not going to be on the roster, but it really has not been an airtight defense.
1-0 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kubel fly to center. First time up. Cardinals last year, their starters led the league in innings pitched. Wins with 69 and the 4th best ERA. Much of that done with Wainwright and Carpenter, but Dave Duncan saw his team have one of the best starting 5 in all the baseball.
Well, remember Pinheiro, how effective he was up until about the last month.
Count goes now to 3 balls and 1 strike. 5 grand slams in his career. Cardinals were first in ground ball ratio a year ago. The Twins were last, ironically enough.
That's hard to believe in the Homer Dome.
That's
be winning.
Hit foul, and you know, a lot of that was due to Pinheiro. Remember all the ground balls he was getting?
Well, and Dave Duncan preaching the sinker, and you know, when Kyle had success, he was using that sinker. You know, it's one of the best weapons for Wainwright and Carpenter. What was it, the game in New York that Pinheiro had, what, 23 ground ball outs?
Right. I really felt that he was going to wind up with the Mets. They needed a guy like him. Pujols is there, underhands to Loesch. And the Twins strand the bases loaded. We have played 3 at the new Target Field in Minnesota. Denard Span a triple, and this home run is first of the spring. 2-0 Twins. Saturday, April 17th, all fans 15 and under will receive a collectible Cardinals pennant. It features Gold Glove Award winners Yadier Molina and Adam Wainwright, courtesy of Coca-Cola and the Pasta House. For tickets, call 345-9000. Cardinals will be facing the Mets, who will start their season without Carlos Beltran or Jose Reyes. There's Brendan Ryan, who grounded out to short his first time up. That's all part of Kids opening weekend as well. 16th, 17th, and 18th. Chopper towards third, and a foul ball. Should mention that all kids 15 and under, if you come on the 16th, the 17th, or the 18th, get a free ticket to an upcoming game this season. And all three have giveaways or a special promotion. On the 16th, it's a fireworks night. And the 17th, as we just mentioned, you get the pennant. That Sunday is the holiday jersey giveaway. Swing and a miss by Brendan Ryan. Talking with Brendan before the game, he says he has zero pain in that wrist. It was something that he felt just had to be taken care of, and working out with Mark McGuire became too painful, and he got the procedure done.
And there you see him kind of way off balance as Mark wants him to kind of weight back, kind of drive the ball. Mark's really jumped into this with both feet, hasn't he? He's understands that it's a lot of work, and he's been really given all the time these players and more.
1-2 pitch, just missed on the inside corner. Pavano went 5-4 with Minnesota last year.
That won 14 games on the season.
2-2 pitch. Ryan rips it to third, backhanded by Punto. What a play. And out at first in the stretch by Morneau. The hot corner.
Well, he does drive this ball, and there you see not even a step, just kind of backhanded the ball, got himself in position to throw.
Here's Pujols, who fly to deep center field. First time up, really took a nice play by Span to haul it in.
Yeah, the center fielder caught that ball in the dead run out in straight right field. I mean, he set the tone for this game with that play.
And he's tripled, and he's homered.
Span we're talking about.
Right.
Look at how much they give up the middle for Albert. And then they really shade the center fielder to the right side.
More and more we're seeing teams do that. You know, last year we saw it a little bit more where they would shade him to the opposite field, and he picks up the base hit.
And they had Delman Young, the left fielder. He was well off the left field line as Albert just lines this one over the shortstop for the Cardinals' third hit, all three of them being singles.
Here's Matt Holliday, who struck out first time up. He's 0 for 1. Couple of home runs this spring and 7 RBIs.
If Matt, the way he kind of pitched him the first time, didn't kind of have that mindset of taking the ball straight up the middle or to the opposite field, I don't think Pavano can't throw the ball. You know, if he throws it inside, you're either going to be able to handle it or at the very least foul it off. But, you know, set up looking for something away and then drive it the opposite way.
40 pitches so far for Carl Pavano as we play here in the fourth. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cardinals have hit into a double play. That was Schumacher back in the third. What do you think we can expect from Matt Holliday this year? Cardinals cleanup man.
I'll just take his normal season.
Yeah.
He hit 353 for the Cardinals. Just coming over, and you know, he was on pace for just slightly under an RBI per game. That'll do it. But I think, you know, as you look at the nucleus of this club, when you get Albert and Holliday, Ludwig,
Holiday hits it out to deep left field. Will carry out of here. Young is back at the wall, and this one is gone. We're tied up. It's 2-2. Matt Holiday with a home run. His third of the spring, and the Cardinals get on the board, and it's tied up at 2-2. Well, he hit that awfully high, didn't he?
Awfully high, and just, you know, it was a breaking ball, an off-speed pitch. And that's what I was saying. If you take the ball away or something, I don't think he's got enough that he can get it by him inside. And there's just kind of an hanging off-speed pitch. It's inside. It hits a high towering ball, and it just stays fair. Hit the ball down the line. Maybe it's going to go. But out there in center field, it looks like it appears that it would be knocked down, especially with the cool air of Minnesota early in the season and late. But when you think about the core of the offense, you know, Holiday, Pujols, Ludwig, you know, they're going to set the tone. You know, even Molina's such a tough out.
And this one is driven into deep right field off the bat of Rasmus, and that's gone. Colby Rasmus with a home run, his fifth of the spring training campaign, and Rasmus has given the Cardinals a 3-2 lead. That got out in a hurry.
Maybe I amend what I just said about this ballpark playing big. And Kobe even reaching for it, but giving an indication how much stronger he is in his upper body. And I guess really being fair, he was, you know, he was fine last year until he got sick. That's when he lost all the weight and a little bit of his strength.
He's telling me he lost 25 pounds last year during the season. He said every day felt like a struggle. He had the hernia issue. He said he was just mentally and physically exhausted. But he has a brand new daughter, Riley. Congratulations to him. He's engaged now, and I don't think it's out of the question to think that, you know, Rasmus could be a 2020 guy this year.
No, I think that's my point, that, you know, Kobe is a little more advanced, and he's going to have a much better season. He knows what to expect now. But the David Freeses, guys like that, can kind of relax. They're going to have a lot of responsibility. And if you relax and don't think, you know, don't have to have the weight of this on your shoulders, then you can have that 20 home run season, you know, because you're not counted on to do it.
So Colby hits his fifth to tie Ludwig for the most home runs this spring. Ludwig breaks his bat. Hudson over to get it. So after 3 consecutive hits, they finally get it out. And here's Lopez. So 3 home runs so far in this new ballpark in 3.5 innings.
And what temperature is it?
You know, it could be a lot worse, but it's cool out. How nice is this place going to be in July and August? And you got to think it would play to the benefit of Minnesota when, you know, you're not playing in 95-degree heat. You feel refreshed at night.
Well, one thing that they are aware of and hopeful, they had a tremendous home field advantage in the Metrodome.
No doubt.
You know, so that is something that they're hoping they can build that kind of atmosphere here and have the same results. But a lot of visiting players had a hard time playing in the Metrodome if you're only there for 3 days.
Lopez breaks his bat. Downtown Minneapolis. IDS Tower right there. Historic Warehouse District. I don't know about you, but when I first saw the ballpark, I thought it kind of reminded me a little bit of Pittsburgh because of the skyline down the right field line, and then the limestone, you know, the light colors that they have.
And we're both fans of Pittsburgh.
Lopez hits it down the right field line. Kadire will give it a look, and it's out of play. Most national publications have both the Cardinals and Minnesota heading to postseason play this year, the favorites to win their division.
A lot of those publications came out before Nathan was injured.
You're exactly right.
Twins lose their closer, but I don't think anybody has changed their pick on the Cardinals.
1 ball, then 2 strikes. Just like with any team, it comes down to health.
Yeah, that's one thing that you have to be a little concerned about the Cardinals is they don't have a lot of depth. They have a very inexperienced bench. Tony has no left-handed bat off the bench. Julio Lopez serving as the DH and hitting right now is the only left-hander as a switch hitter. And he's going to be finding himself playing many times. So I find it very interesting as Tony, you know how he likes to juggle lineups. He seems like he's going to have to stay with a much more set lineup this season.
You know, Tony La Russa, last year they had 135 different combinations. Think about that. 135 for Tony. And you're right. You know, he has said his favorite thing is to have a core of 5 or 6 guys, and then you could play around with the other 2 or 3 to keep the bench sharp. And I'm not sure, like you're saying, Al, that's necessarily going to be the case this year. Lopez, little bouncer up the middle. Hudson off his glove. And a base hit for Felipe Lopez. So 4 hits in the inning. Catch Mizzou baseball in Big 12 action Saturday afternoon on Fox Sports Midwest. Tigers take on Baylor. The Baylor Bears and the Missouri Tigers at 2. Mizzou baseball Saturday right here on Fox Sports Midwest.
Mizzou and Illinois going to play at Busch Stadium.
They
Is
are.
it the 7th?
The bragging rights game.
Yeah. They had a collegiate game here last weekend. They had 37,000. University of Minnesota against what, Louisiana?
Don't remember the
LSU
team, but I know the Gophers were here. I had to have one of the employees here at the ballpark kind of show me around. I wanted to see some of the areas, and this particular employee had worked for the Twins for 10 years, and he just said, I cannot believe we're on the cusp of opening this thing up for Major League Baseball as Freese hits it to short, considering where we were a handful of years ago with contraction. But that's not the case. Their brand new ballpark, and the Cardinals not only have tied it up with 1 swing of the bat, then they took the lead with another. Rasmus, his 5th of the spring. 3-2 Cardinals midway through 4. Weather warming up here in Minnesota. Shorts, short sleeve shirts, and playing a little catch. At Target Field in Minneapolis. First pitch by Kyle Loesch. Now pitching with a lead is a strike.
And let's see if he goes out there and attacks the hitters.
This is Delman Young. He was the first overall pick in 2003. Flies it to left. Holiday there under it to make the catch.
Got in on his hands and locked him up.
If you're wondering, that is Dimitri Young's brother. Dimitri was the 4th overall pick for the Cardinals, and Delman Young, first overall in 03 by Tampa Bay. J.J. Hardy grounded out to short first time up.
We'll see if Milwaukee misses J.J.
Well, they had that exciting shortstop that they brought up. You think about combinations in the middle of a lineup. We talked about Pujols and Holiday and Mauer and Morneau here with Minnesota. Of course, you can't overlook with Prince Fielder and Ryan Braun in Milwaukee. One and 2 the count.
Punto, the on-deck hitter, was dancing a little bit on that foul ball that came near him.
Hit to short. Ryan up with it. 2 away. And it brings in the aforementioned Nick Punto. Make the trip downtown with your young fan for kids opening weekend at Busch Stadium. Again, April 17th, kids ages 15 and under receive that collectible Cardinals pennant, courtesy of Coke and the Pasta House. Sunday, April 18th, they'll receive the Cardinals replica jersey, courtesy of Ice Mountain. For ticket information, visit Cardinals.com. First pitch in the dirt. Nick Punto grounded to short, first time up. Here's a 1-1. Sure, a lot of fans wondering about when it gets into that 20-degree, 30-degree mark, what happens with the fans. And the concession stands, the bathrooms are all heated. They've got special heated areas around the ballpark, so they're going to try to make this as good as they can for the fans. And there's a look at Paul Molitor.
Yeah, Hall of Famer and pride of the University of Minnesota. Sitting down here with his family. He's a native of here, right?
Yes, he is. Pujols a race to the bag. And a 1-2-3 inning, the second of the night for Kyle Loesch. Fans having some fun. Here at Target Field, Pagnazzi, Schumacher, Ryan coming up. Matt Pagnazzi leads it off for the Cardinals. Top of 5 rolls in, 3-2 St. Louis. Pagnazzi, Schumacher, and Brendan Ryan for the Cardinals. Pair of home runs last inning. 2-run homer by Matt Holliday and a solo shot by Colby Rasmus. 3-2 St. Louis. Cardinals are hoping that both LaRue and Yadier Molina will be available and ready on opening day, and it looks like that'll be the case.
Talked to LaRue and I asked him what was the toughest part, and he said swinging the bat.
We'll be in Cincinnati on Monday. Again, our coverage here on your home of the Cardinals begins at 8 a.m. The swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Carl Pavano.
Thrown 60 pitches on the afternoon, only 16 of which have been out of the strike zone.
First pitch Monday, and Tony La Russa will have managed in 5 decades. 5 decades.
Came, started in '79.
It was with the White Sox. And then Oakland, and now St. Louis. You hear rumblings that this could be his final year.
I don't think so.
I'm with you. I don't think there's any chance.
No. I mean, talk about some inklings of him moving to the front office, but he has that outside chance of catching Sean McGraw for second place in the all-time win list. You have to manage a couple more years.
And some great managers that could be wrapping it up this season. Bobby Cox is on record as saying this is his final year.
Torrey wants to manage another year, but his contract is up, and it's our understanding if we go into the start of the season, he will not renegotiate or extend it.
Schumacher lifts a fly ball into left center. Span is there, makes the catch for the second out.
Simple things, but good communication out there. You can see Span took charge, and the left fielder peeled back to back him up.
Got to wonder about Bobby Cox if he truly will retire with the kind of nucleus he has coming back as well. They've got a very good team with Atlanta. A lot of people believe they could, if they don't win the division, most people feel the Phillies will, that they'd be the wild card this year out of the National League.
He will not be finished for the Braves. He'll move into an advisory capacity.
Then who gets it? You think Terry Pendleton would have a shot?
I would think he would.
He has stated that he wants to.
Yeah, and now the Dodgers pretty much said that Don Mattingly will be the heir apparent to Joe Torre once he steps down.
There's a ground ball that Pimano can stay with and underhands to get Ryan. So 1-2-3, top of the fifth. Denard Span with a triple and a home run already tonight. He'll lead it off when we come back. 3-6-2 for St. Louis, 2-2-0 for the Minnesota Twins. Top of the lineup, due up, and Denard Span started this game defensively with a great play. Then he picked up a triple, two-strike pitch, and then he homered on a two-strike pitch. Next time up.
Exciting player, isn't he?
He sure is. He was on base 260 times last year. That was 8th best in the American League. For folks that don't know, Julio Lugo was traded yesterday by the Cardinals to Baltimore. And the roster now looks like it's been cleared for Stavanoa, who has hit .357 this spring. Joe Mather, who's very versatile, can play center field. This pitch has popped up. Then you also have Alan Craig, who's had 11 extra base hits this year in spring training. So those three look to make the club.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. All homegrown kids, and in many ways they're almost the same type of player. Now Mather kind of separates himself from the other two because he can play center field, but Lugo, in Tony's mind, you know, wanted a more prominent role than what he was going to get here. So it's for a player to be named later, and hopefully that'll be something that can help the Cardinals too.
Here's Hudson. Takes a ball on the outside corner. He has walked and struck out.
Appears this is going to be Kyle Loesch's last inning of work. He's at 87 pitches now, and Reyes is warming up.
Former Twin. He's been a lot of places, though. Big Sweat, they call him. That's Reyes out there.
Well, last year, you know, Reyes came to the Cardinals, and one of the reasons he left Minnesota after a pretty good year, a couple of years, they said, well, they're worried about his weight, and then they replaced him with a guy that looked even fatter.
And Reyes and Miller last year did a nice job.
Sure did.
From the left side. (3-1). Driven out to left center field. Rasmus back, and it'll be Holiday who makes the catch. So let's get you caught up to date with some of the arrivals and departures from this team from a year ago. Brad Penny, of course, in the rotation. Alan Craig from the Cardinals system. Brad Thompson signed a minor league deal with the Royals. Joe Thurston with the Braves. Troy Gloss is the first baseman for the Atlanta Braves. Mark DeRosa with the Giants. Ricky Ankiel, the center fielder for the Royals. We talked about Pinheiro with the Angels, and Todd Wellemeyer has been very good with the Giants and apparently has made their rotation. Khalil Green did sign with Texas, but then had the reoccurring anxiety problems, so he is a free agent. John Smoltz has said he's going to the broadcast booth.
But still keeping his options open.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
Yeah, unfortunately, Khalil Green, he signed that minor league contract with Texas, but then never reported because of the reoccurring anxiety disorder.
Wish him nothing but the best. He was a very nice guy.
Yep.
He just couldn't get it together in that regard. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Joe Mauer, who struck out looking first time up, also fly to center. 0 for 2.
Loesch in that third inning, he gave up the home run and a couple walks in there. I think he's been fine in his tune-up, saying a lot more good pitches than bad.
1-2. Mauer hits it sharply to short. So 1-2-3 go the Minnesota Twins in their half of the fifth. Pujols leads it off when we come back. Couple of home runs for the Cardinals. We're back in Minnesota and Target Field. First Major League Baseball game played at this facility. And Albert Pujols leads it off for the Cardinals. Top of the 6th rolls in. Cardinals with 6 base hits, and they lead it 3-2. A cool night for baseball here in Minnesota, but it could be a lot colder.
A lot colder, a lot worse conditions. You know, Dan, I forget at times, you know, that I played in the old Metropolitan Stadium, played in Montreal,
outdoors,
Toronto, and all those things outdoors. You know, the old parks, and now we're all worried about this weather.
The fans, for folks that live here,
this is balmy.
They don't mind this at all.
And apparently last night, I flew in early this morning. You came in last night, and you know, they felt like it was midsummer. It was very humid.
It was warm. 2-0 pitch to Pujols. Takes a healthy rip. Just missed it. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Nice play made by a fan.
Try that same location again.
Off the end of the bat. Shallow center, Span under it, makes the catch. And it brings in Matt Holliday, who had a 2-run homer in the 4th. Visit the official online shop of the Cardinals at cardinals.com and browse the largest selection of spring training gear, caps, t-shirts, jerseys, and more. Spring training gear straight from the source. Shop cardinals.com. Good rip by Holliday, a little late, fouled it back. Matt today has struck out swinging. That was in the 2nd inning, and a 2-run homer in the 4th after a single by Albert.
And an off-speed pitch that he left on the inner part of the plate that he hit for the 2-run home run last time up.
And drives this to right with a base hit.
Good piece of hitting. I mean, if you think about it, you know, I was talking about the last at bat of him trying to take the ball up the middle or mindset there, because I don't think he's got enough that he can get it by him on the inside part of the plate. But there's a little breaking ball that kind of hung up out there and went with the pitch and gets the RBI, or excuse me, the single reward.
I talked to Mark McGuire about that high leg kick, something that, you know, last off season, not this past one, but 2 ago, he tried to get him away from doing that. And Mark said, look, not everything is going to work. And yeah, I did talk to him in that regard. But one thing I'm always preaching, whether he's got a high leg kick or not, is balance. And he felt that at times maybe he would get a little off balance with that high leg kick.
And he's still vulnerable to off-speed pitches, as what Mark was trying to correct. But, you know, he's one of those hitters, just let him do it his way.
Rasmus to Pavano, knocks it down, out at second, on to first, double play. Second double play that the Twins have turned tonight. And it goes 1-6-3. Morneau leads it off when we return. Bottom of the 6th rolls in here in Minnesota, and the Cardinals have a 3-2 lead. The cleanup hitter, Justin Morneau, will lead it off, followed by Michael Kadire, and then Jason Kubel. And kind enough to join us is the Cardinal starter from tonight, Kyle Loesch. Kyle, thanks for your time. We appreciate you doing this. How did you feel out there?
Felt good. You know, I just kind of threw a lot of pitches, fell behind. You know, really the 1st and 3rd innings where I had guys on base and you know, had to make pitches and ended up, you know, going long at bats and kind of wasting a few too many pitches. But other than that, I felt good.
Kyle, you said make pitches, and you did make some outstanding ones.
Yeah, it was. You know, it's tough. They got a tough lineup. You know, left-handed dominant, and I was able to get the changeup. I hung one changeup to Span, but you know, other than that, I felt you know, the slider cutter was working, and you know, as long as I got ahead of guys, I was all right.
Kyle, you had 6 years with the Twins, and you were in the Metrodome. You pitched there. Don't smile. Don't let those guys get to you. Whatever they're saying to you, don't worry about it. And now you get to pitch it in this ballpark tonight. What was that like for you?
You know, it was pretty cool coming back and seeing, you know, what they got going here. Nice little stadium, and you know, it's a lot better than the Metrodome for sure. But you know, seeing a couple old faces, and you know, it was good to come back.
One thing I was impressed with, your ability to go in and out, and up and down, and really change speeds.
Yeah, I was, you know, that was more, you know, what I expect here. You know, coming up next start, it was a good workout. I think, you know, you want to go deeper, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, I felt like I was hitting my spots, and you know, other than the one mistake to span, it was a quality outing, I think.
If you need to take the headset off and give Carpenter some trouble or Molina some trouble, go ahead and do whatever you got to do.
All right, here, give me a second. You guys want? Oh, okay. I got it. Yeah, they're on me pretty good.
How much you find?
What's that?
How much are you fined?
Nothing yet. We'll see. But you know, we'll see. I don't know what they want. They're messing around. We got a good group over here. The guys are, you know, we go around, throw the pigskin around when we get back home. You know, have a lot of fun. So you know, you just got to watch out for these guys. So I got my back up against the wall so I don't get a pie or something in the face.
Well, you have the last word because you have the microphone. So who's the better golfer right now, you or Wainwright?
Oh, well, he's going to tell you him because he's 1-0. He'd only played me once this spring, so even Carp beat me. So I had a rough spring. I only got out about 4 times. They got their wins and sat on them. So you know, it's a different story. We come out to Arizona. Hopefully, you know, I pitch well out there and get a chance to get them out on the links out there and get some payback at my place.
Well, Kyle, I think one thing is, you know, being a veteran and looking at those other pitchers, people may, you know, get upset or question some of the results, but going into spring training, all you want to do is gear to opening day, and I think you guys are all ready.
Yeah, that's you know, they don't put those stats, you know, the old saying, they don't put those stats on the back of the card for a reason. You know, we're out here working on stuff. You know, it's our time to work, you know, pitches that may be in counts that we aren't going to throw during the season, and you know, you're going to have, you know, a little different results than you'd like because you're doing that, especially when you have a veteran group that has that luxury of being able to go out there and work on stuff, and you know, then the last couple we try to tune it up and get it going.
How much of a relief, Kyle, is it for you now when you throw the baseball? There's no pain, and you kind of put last season behind you.
Yeah, it was you know, it was a big, you know, relief, big weight off my shoulders, being able to come out and you know, even today it's a little cooler and not have any issues with it. So I'm looking forward to turning the page and you know, leaving last year behind, because it was frustrating and tough to go through. Even when I came back, it just wasn't the same. So you know, it's good to move on and not really have any issues with it.
Maybe you could tell us a little bit about your perception of Brad Penny and also, you know, the youngster.
Wow, Brad, I mean, you know, he's working hard here. You know, he's you know, to bring in a guy like that with the stuff that he has and working with Dunk, I think is going to be special. And you know, he's really worked hard this spring. And Jaime's he's awesome. You know, I played catch with him all spring. You know, we were kind of piggybacking. He was following me up every start, and I gave him a hard time because he was making me look bad sometimes. You know, I'd come out in the game with I don't know, maybe give up a bunch of hits or a couple runs, and he'd come in and strike everybody out. So I was like telling him, "Easy, buddy." But you know, he did what he had to do, earn that spot. So you know, it was impressive to see what he does, and hopefully, you know, we got, you know, it looks like a really strong 1 through 5.
Kyle, have a great year. We appreciate your time.
All right, thanks, guys.
Okay, that's Kyle Loesch of the St. Louis Cardinals. Good work by Reyes. Ludwig coming up. It's 3-2 after 6. Back in Minneapolis and Target Field here in Minnesota, 3-2 Cardinals. And you can make FoxSportsMidwest.com your home for Cardinals video and updates all season long. FoxSportsMidwest.com for your Cardinals news. Jim, Pat, and the gang did a great job with all their features and updates throughout spring training that you could find out at FoxSportsMidwest.com.
Hey, happy birthday to, is it Tyler? Tyler Hayes, Jim's son, it's the birthday boy today.
Jim will be with us on opening day in Cincinnati. Our coverage begins at 8 in the morning. First pitch at noon in Cincinnati. I don't know about you. I really feel that if the Reds can stay healthy, and if at some point Chapman comes up, which you get the idea that he will, in May probably, that they could be a team that could be very tough.
And maybe you get the bonus of Valquez being healthy in August, like making a late season trade.
And Homer Bailey and Johnny Cueto.
That's what it's going to be. Those guys have to step it up.
Harang is their opening day starter. Chris Carpenter, the opening starter for the Cardinals. We'll talk about his last start in a moment, but again, Monday at Cincinnati, and all three of those games, 5, 7, and 8, will be on Fox Sports Midwest, and the 9th in Milwaukee will be, and then the home opener on Fox Sports Midwest on the 12th.
After the afternoon game tomorrow, we'll travel to Cincinnati, and I think we'll be sick of it.
Of Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Already, huh?
No, I mean by the end of when we leave after the game on Thursday.
You love Skyline Chili, though, and I know that that'll make you happy and put a smile on your face. Carpenter, in his last start, he walked 6 against the Mets. That was in Port St. Lucie. Really struggled with his delivery, and Tony La Russa called it a case of overthrowing.
Well, when you see Carpenter walk 6 guys, I mean, it's just an aberration. In my mind, that's almost like that boredom at the end of spring training. Can't wait to get moving north.
Hardy, long throw, and safe is Freeze.
Like JJ might have been distracted by the third baseman cut in front of him.
He had a little hesitation because of that. And Freeze winds up at second base. It was touched by a fan. So it's an error on Hardy, and a chance now for Pagnazzi with 2 outs. That's Brock Peterson, the new first baseman who takes over from Morneau. Chance here for Pagnazzi. He's 1 for 2. To kind of follow up what you're saying, Al, I mean, in the previous 4 starts, Carpenter had walked a total of 3. I don't think you worry about him.
No, it's the luxury of a veteran guy. You know, he's going to get the ball no matter what happens. You know, he can work on things. Obviously, he was upset that he couldn't find the strike zone and had problems, but he'll figure that out on the side. That's how the way he looked at it, and he'll be ready for Monday.
That has scored a base hit and an error on Hardy.
Whoa.
So the Cardinals have 8 base hits. Couple of home runs, one of those a 2-run shot by Matt Holliday in the 4th that tied it up, and then the solo home run, they went back-to-back with Rasmus. Off-speed pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Something we'll be doing all season long is taking a look at Fox Tracks, which will give you a better idea of the pitch and pitch selection and where these pitches have been.
I think it's something that's going to really enhance our broadcast, and we'll have a lot of fun with it, but let's watch it live.
It's 3 cameras that are a part of Fox Tracks, and that was taken a little bit high.
Where is it? Come on.
Fox Tracks, you're in spring training mode right now.
This is in live. Wow, that, you know, spring training, you know, it's a veteran too.
Here's the 1-2 pitch instead. Time is called.
See, it's a veteran, you know, Fox track. So it can kind of, you know, go at its own pace. You know, he'll be ready by opening day.
No doubt. We'll have no worries. One-two pitch. Again, another off-speed delivery. A strikeout of Pagnazzi. Time to stretch. 5 strikeouts for Pavano tonight. Old buddy Gary Gaetti, part of the Twins Hall of Fame, and a fan favorite here in Minnesota, part of their World Series teams. Gary Gaetti, of course, played for the Cardinals when he came over back in 1996. First year for Tony La Russa.
Saw Gary last as a hitting coach there in Houston a few years back.
You know, Tom Lawless is now managing in the minor league system for Houston. El Presidente is a pitching coach for the Cardinals in their minor league system.
Yes.
Dennis Martinez.
He was at one time going to go to Double-A, or was it Triple-A, to work with guys like Salas, who is now the new Cardinal right-hander. But they reversed that, and now he's staying in Palm Beach. But this is a young, talented right-hander that is going to face the Twins here, trying to keep him in the strike zone.
He's from Mexico, 6'2", 200-pounder. He'll turn 25 on May 30th. Fernando Salas. This is Delman Young. Tardy with that swing. So Loesch, good work as the Cardinal starter. Then Reyes came in. 1, 2, 3, 6. Then here we are in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, let's try our Fox tracks again. See there, a good location down and away. Pagnazzi set up there again.
Base hit. Delman Young 1 for 3 on this evening in Minnesota. And here's J.J. Hardy. Fernando Salas appeared in 35 games last year despite injuries to his thumb. He also had a shoulder strain. 32 strikeouts and 39 1/3 between Memphis, Springfield, and the Gulf Coast. Finished up the year with 10 consecutive scoreless appearances.
These Twins don't run much.
Two balls, no strikes. Fox Tracks was all over it. Salas wearing number 72. Fouled back and a good cut.
Another good play upstairs. Never get tired of seeing that, do you? Dad make a play and give that souvenir to his son, daughter.
With a check on the runner. One pitch, take it high and away. 3-1. This time last year, a lot of the national magazines thought the Cubs would win it again. The Cardinals wound up winning the division. Here's a little chopper, could be 2. Good turn. 6-4-3 on the double play. And Hardy is 0 for 3. We've talked about it an awful lot, but Skip Schumacher with that outfielder's arm has shortened it up just a bit, but the strength of it has not changed. And he's had a play also up the middle where he showed off that arm, and it makes up for the perceived lack of range, and that arm has been very good.
Yeah, he can make it a difference maker and pick up a step or two with that arm strength.
Nick Punto grounded out to short. Couple of times he's 0 for 2. Carpenter and Harang, Monday opening day from Cincinnati. Driven into center field. Rasmus there to make the catch on the run. Leadoff single erased on the double play, and Salas has a scoreless 7th. Gate 34 in honor of Kirby Puckett here at Target Field. Tired numbers unveiled. Number 34 out there, Harmon Killebrew, and his 573 home runs. Tony Oliva, a 3-time batting champion. Ken Herbeck, who grew up in Bloomington. Rod Carew, 19 seasons. His number retired by the Twins, and those are down the left field line. Left field porch. Pat Neshek is the new pitcher, and watch this delivery. Just slings it up there. Missed the entire season recovering from Tommy John surgery on his elbow a year ago.
He puts a lot of strain on it, but he is very unorthodox. Take a little while to get used to it, doesn't it?
Born in Madison, Wisconsin. Good play made by the second baseman for the first out. Schumacher's hit the ball hard, but nothing to show for it tonight. Twice he grounded out to second, also grounded to second on the 4-6-3 double play, and then also fly to center. 0 for 4 tonight. Neshek is from Wisconsin, as we mentioned, and he attended Butler University. I wonder if he'll be watching the Final Four tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sure he won't.
Now you don't even know who's in the Final Four, what it's all about. Hoops.
I hope Butler gets it. Hometown. Can't argue with Duke.
Nope. Bob Huggins, West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia. Huggins. And his very clean program formerly in Cincinnati.
0-1 pitch lined into right center. Base hit. Final time for Pujols maybe here tonight. Mauer out to visit. Neshek was brought up by the Twins back in 2006. He went 4-2 that season. 07 he was 7-2. Only appeared in 15 games in 2008 and missed all of last season. Pujols is single tonight. Twice he has flied to center. 1 for 3.
He had elbow surgery May 9th of 08. So, I mean, then he missed all last season. So it's not like he's trying to come back. He's got plenty of time.
2 balls and no strikes. A lot of arms and legs coming at you from
that's it.
This right-hander.
Very deceptive, and you really have to concentrate on looking at the release point. Forget about all the arms and elbows and legs and knees coming at you, and just pick up that release point. As a guy coming in for 1 inning, he can be very tough.
Outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Holiday on deck, who is homer tonight. The Cardinals, with runners in scoring position against the Dodgers last year in the playoffs, went 4 for 30. And against left-handed pitching, they need to improve on that. They went 233 with their overall average. There's a walk to Albert. It's Trevor Miller there in front, the lefty for St. Louis. First walk issued to the Cardinals, and this was back in the 4th. This tied it up. That made it 2-2. Rasmus connected on his 5th home run this spring to give the Cardinals this 3-2 lead. Runners at first and second for Holiday. Also has a base hit to right field.
Just got the impression there that Matt was just looking. Watching now, we're going to have a pinch runner. Henley, isn't it?
First and second, here comes the 0-1. See there, Holiday maybe a little late with that swing. We're talking about Bert Blyleven not being in the Hall of Fame. Andre Dawson will go into the Hall of Fame this year.
Along with the Whitey Herzog. Long overdue for Whitey. Congratulations. And there you see Bert, 287 wins.
Holiday out to deep center field. To the track, to the wall, and it's off the top of the wall. One run will score at least. They'll wave in another, and it's a double for Holiday that scores 2, and he's got 4 RBIs tonight, and the Cardinals lead it 5-2.
One of the things that the Twins really didn't get a chance to do with the rain is work on how the ball caroms off the outfield. As Spain gets way too close, and then a really weak relay throw back into the infield, allowing the second run to score without a play.
That will be it for Holiday, and a pinch runner coming on.
Cardinals have 33 players with them.
Holiday, a big night, 4 RBIs, and a triple away from the cycle.
Solano is the pinch runner out at second base. He's had a very good spring.
Saw him play second base defensively late in the game last week in spring training. Rasmus is homer tonight. He's also single. Neshek struggling a little bit with his control here. 2 balls and no strikes. Somebody we should mention that's part of this Minnesota team. How about Jim Thome?
Yes.
He was brought in. Their payroll is at $96 million. They brought in Thome and Hardy, Hudson. They retained Mauer and Pavano. And the second walk in this inning by the right hand. Runners at first and second. And Joe Mather will be the hitter.
And Mather was playing right field. He went in for Ludwig, and so.
Out to visit the pitching coach. That's Rick Anderson. Pitched briefly in the major leagues. He was part of the David Cohn deal back in 1987 with Kansas City.
Recognized as one of the better pitching coaches in all of baseball.
Going back to Ron Gardenhire, he has the 4th most wins in baseball since 2002. Ahead of him, just ahead of him, Tony La Russa, then Mike Scioscia and Joe Torre. They're going to be good this year. But coming from the Metrodome, and you talked about it, playing in this ballpark, it's going to take a little bit to get used to playing in this stadium, and the decided advantage that they had at the Metrodome for all those years is gone. Mather, with his versatility, in particular being able to play center field, has made this team, and now he's added to the Cardinal lead. Solano will score. That makes it 6-2. Rasmus stops at third, and it's a double for Joe Mather.
And that doesn't hurt either. Coming off the bench and picking up the RBI. Remember Joe Mather last season, with Troy Glaus being hurt, he was pretty much going to be the third baseman. And then that wrist started acting up again. He ended up having 2 surgeries on the wrist, 1 on an ankle, and pretty much a wasted season. But he's a very fine athlete.
Infield drawn in, 4-run lead for the Cardinals. Here's Lopez, who is single and fouls that back.
The nice things to see is the camaraderie between Mather and Stavanoa and Alan Craig, all kind of vying for those last couple spots, and all real good friends, and naturally wanting to be the guy that make the team, but also pulling for their buddies.
Catches the outside corner, 0-2. He gets a gift on that pitch. Lopez flied to left first time up, singled in the fourth, and grounded out to first.
You know, you've got to give Felipe Lopez the benefit of the doubt. Veteran, he's hit 300 the last several years, and just having a tough spring.
Popped up and foul, out of play.
Somewhere between right now and Monday, he's going to figure it out. And it's almost a mental flip of the switch. Now, you don't want to rely on that, but for the veterans, that, you know, when they struggle, they can come back with it mentally.
Ooh, just missed up and in. Even Ryan Franklin, he was saying the other day, you know, this is my 17th spring, and it just takes me a while sometimes to gear it back up.
That's it. I mean, early in spring, you're not pitching as a closer, have a different adrenaline going through your mind. You know, you're just kind of, you're getting your work in. Sometimes it's a mental mismatch. You know, you can be an Albert Pujols and you're facing some kid that had a, you know, he's an A-ball, double-A player, and he's, you know, he's so jacked up, so high, facing the best hitter in baseball, and I was going like, who's he?
Into right, base hit. This will add to the Cardinal lead. Nishek is getting knocked around here in this 8th inning. Lopez with his second base hit and picks up his 4th RBI. And that will be it. Rasmus scores to make it 7-2.
See our Fox track. Bad location, just up out over the middle of the plate. Belt high.
Gave up 4 base hits and a couple of walks. And we'll step aside. A pitching change, 7-2 St. Louis. Turned into a gorgeous night here in Minnesota. Glad you could see the opening of Target Field. Cardinals playing 2 games here, and then off day Sunday, and we'll head to Cincinnati and open up the season with opening day against the Reds. That game at noon on Monday afternoon here on Fox Sports Midwest. Here's David Freese and a new pitcher in for Minnesota.
Anthony Slamma, non-rostering righty, 26 years of age. 6'3", 204. From California, 39th round of the 2006 first-year player draft. He was a double-A last year to start the season.
One, 2 balls and no strikes.
A couple years ago, Slamma was their Twins Farmham pitcher of the year. Walk, Slamma, Homer Bailey.
Bad names for pitchers.
Yeah.
Three 3-0 the count. Freese has singled, hit into a fielder's choice, and struck out back in the 3rd.
Big lead.
And a walk to David Freese, so the bases will be loaded. Third walk in the inning issued to the Cardinals, and a new innovation at Busch Stadium is Cards Cash. Add money to the barcode of your ticket and use it at any concession stand or kiosk in the ballpark. Add Cards Cash to your ticket, and the team will throw in bonus money. Get $12 of Cards Cash for just $10 whenever you buy tickets in 2010. If you'd like to find out more about Cards Cash, visit Cardinals.com. Here's Matt Pagnozzi. Twice he has struck out and also singled to left. It's a great way to get bonus cash with Cards Cash at the ballpark this year.
Uncle Tom, one of the recent new inductees to the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame.
Howard pounces on it, goes to first. Run will score to make it 8-2. Here's Alan Craig, who was the organization's Player of the Year a season ago.
One of the things they were concerned about, and he's always hit at every level, but he has a little kind of a little hitch in his swing, and they wondered would he be able to hit here at this level, and so far he's proven he can't hit anywhere.
Off speed pitch taken low for ball one. Goes down to get this. It's hit into right. Oh, what a catch in right field for Minnesota.
Jock Jones.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the St. Louis Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. The Gold Glove out there, just beyond the walls here at Target Field. And Trevor Miller is the new pitcher for St. Louis. He is tops among all major league lefties with 484 appearances over the last 7 years. Last year he had 70 appearances. Lefties in his career have only hit .223 against him.
He was even better than that last season. He had a stretch at one point where lefty was lucky to even make contact. More times than not, he struck him out.
Lefties hit .135 against him last year. Here's Span. A triple and a home run tonight. After a little bit of a shaky start, the Cardinals pitching in this ball game has been lights out. (2-0). 3-0.
You said this kid's going to make you throw pitches.
Brendan Harris is on deck.
He's playing third base, Harris.
Span, one of the best at doing that, working the count. As a team, the Yankees saw the most pitches of any team in the major leagues last year. And he draws a walk. Here's Harris, the hitter for Ron Gardenhire's club. Pinch hitting for Orlando Hudson, his spot. Harris been around a little bit with Minnesota. Joe Mauer on deck. Well, they're trying to find the strike zone right now. Two and 0.
I think he had too much time to warm up. That long 5-run top of the 8th inning for the Cardinals, and he was warming up during that time and even the inning before.
Fans taking in Target Field for the first time. Very comparable to PNC Park or maybe the park in San Francisco. They have 6 separate levels at this ballpark, but 19,000 seats on the lower level. Compared to the Metrodome, about 16,000 fewer seats. That's outside, and it's 3-1. Get out of play, full count.
Harris playing third base. He's kind of haven't really designated whether it's going to be a platoon or not, but he'll get a lot of playing time over there with Punto.
That's back-to-back walks allowed by Miller. Dave Duncan out to visit.
Yeah, Mauer coming up.
Miller allowed a total of 11 walks in his 70 appearances last year.
And as far as I'm concerned, it's a first to see him back-to-back walks wearing the Cardinal uniform.
Gets a good test here, though, with Joe Mauer. Mauer, though, a quiet night. Called out on strikes back in the first. He is fly to center and also grounded out to short. Loesch made the start. We've seen Reyes, we've seen a minor leaguer, and now it is Miller.
He'll be warming up for the Cardinals, so obviously they want Trevor Miller to get his work in. And here, take advantage and see this good matchup.
.365 is what he hit last year. Led the league in hitting. That's a popular item around these parts. Gift shop. And number 7 of Joe Mauer. Gets the breaking ball, and it's 0-2. A lot of times you'll see Dave Duncan just go out there and he'll detect just a minor flaw. Make the adjustment out there, which is tough to do, but many times these guys, especially the veterans that have been around a long time, are able to do it.
Sometimes it's just slowing you down, just stopping, regrouping, just take a deep breath and then start all over.
Just missed. Seeing Miller now, Al, work from the third base side. A lot of times these lefties, especially against a left-hander, will work from the first base side of the rubber.
Well, he throws enough from across his body that he will give that illusion to a left-handed batter that is coming in on him. But it'll help him keep the ball away.
Mauer out to deep right. Over Mather. 1 run coming in. The relay will not be in time. It was mishandled. And that cuts into the Cardinals' lead. Line time and get Mauer out of there.
Yeah, line drive right at, first of all, it's misses location, leaves it right in the wheelhouse. Supposed to be away, leaves it on the inner half. Then you see Mather, who's playing relatively short, reaches up maybe a little bit too soon. That slows down your progress, but just goes by him. But it looked like he you know, he just might have misjudged that ball a little bit. And then, like you said, they messed up the relay.
And the second runner was right on the tail of the first runner, and there would have been a definite play at the plate.
Right.
There was no way they could hold up that first runner with the second one trying to go back to second. Then Maurer was already trotting in with his double. Butera is the pinch runner out at second base. Still nobody out. And that's hit out to left sharply, and the catch is made. That's the first out. Here in the bottom of the eighth as a run scores to make it 8-4. Nice round of applause for Jock Jones.
This is return to Minnesota, as he was here for many years, then went elsewhere, and you can see him acknowledging the crowd. Not quite the same reception he got in Chicago. He also made that nice play to end the inning out in right field.
And what you're talking about was Wrigley Field and right field. He became public enemy #1. He got out to a slow start, couldn't overcome that, signed the free agent deal. Just didn't work out for him there.
I think they have found somebody in Marlon Byrd, who basically replaces Milton Bradley. Of course, they had to pick up an albatross contract and Jose Silva from Seattle to get them to take Bradley.
Rudy Jaramillo is their new hitting coach. He came from Texas, and Marlon Byrd comes from Texas. He's kind of the anti-Marlon or Milton Bradley. Marlon Byrd is, because you know, he's media friendly, he's outgoing. What do you see right now with Trevor Miller?
It's an adventure for Pagnazzi. If he sets up outside, look for it inside, and just, you know, one of those deals where it's not making the instant corrections. They do have a right-hander warming up now. The rule is going to be you get left-handed hitters out, so you still, you got to go out there and fight your way through it. So one thing for a relief pitcher, you have to have that ability to know when your ball, where it's going, why, and make the instant correction.
Good cut there. Jason Mott getting loose in the Cardinal pen.
You also hear a lot of times how that front shoulder flies open. Well, in this case, when he's set up on that third base side and he's trying to throw the ball down and away, and the ball going up and in, the front shoulder's flying open.
Like that. So a strikeout of Jones.
All the way across and ends up down and out of the strike zone, but he had started in the middle and he gets fooled by the lefty.
Here's Kubel. Good pick by Pagnazzi.
He has that ability. He's been very lively back there, bounces around well, and he doesn't overcommit with his glove. You know, very soft hands. And that made that look awfully easy, and it's not.
Kubel in his 7th year now with Minnesota. Fly to center, grounded to first, and also fly to right. front, and it's popped up. Playable. Craig is there, sends this to the ninth. Rough inning for Miller, but gets out of this jam. Allows a couple of runs to score. Cut this lead 8-4. 8-12-2 for St. Louis. 4-4-1 for Minnesota. Nightfall just about here in Minnesota. Cal Waldrop is the new pitcher for the Twins. A right-hander is in. See the spacious concourse. Target field. Shortstop Brendan Ryan will lead it off for the Redbirds. Ryan, Henley, then Solano. First pitch hit to the left side. One pitch, one away. You get to this point of the season, Al, I'm assuming that, well, these guys, especially the veterans, are saying, just get me out of here. I'm ready to start the regular season.
Not only that, is get me out of here before I get hurt.
But Tony's saying the same thing. He's gotten the big guys out of there.
Tyler Henley is going to hit here.
Oh, and a base hit. A rope right back at Waldrop.
They're going to check the young right-hander, former #1 draft pick. Waldrop. He was #1 draft pick back in '04.
He's pointing to the left forearm. You can see there.
Just a rocket right off the bat, but I think it's easy for me to say, but I think it's kind of a glancing blow.
I'll say it's easy for you to say.
Didn't bother me. I didn't feel a thing. Got to charge those line drives. Trying to make an impression, go pitch.
There's a lot of truth to that, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the last thing you want to be labeled is no guts. So, you know, shake it off, just sit there and say, I'm fine. You know, I'm going to go out there and show you I can still do the job.
Here's Solano. One out and a runner at first. With Colby Rasmus on deck. Rasmus has homered tonight.
Mentioned Solano had a good spring. I guess so when you're hitting .519. 14 for 27. The one negative of the 14 hits, he has 15 total bases. At .519 gets your attention.
Way outside. They also like Daniel DeCalso.
Oh, yeah.
Who is a young second baseman.
Yeah, Solano and DeCalso had really outstanding seasons.
Taking high.
Donovan Solano split time between Springfield, where you check out these numbers. 64 games from Springfield, he hit .207. In 52 games at AAA. Memphis, he hit .317.
When Hector Luna was around, he would hit okay in the major leagues, and they'd send him down to the minor leagues, and he couldn't do anything.
Pitchers around the plate.
Line down the right field line and fouled.
88% of the career games for Solano have been at shortstop, third base, and second base. Primarily shortstop. And he's only 22 years of age.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Lined again and foul. And we'll do it again on 3-2. The Budweiser porch down the left field line. And he draws the walk. They have a lefty getting loose in the pen right now for Minnesota. Runners at first and second for Colby Rasmus.
Just getting his work in.
Go Redbirds! Go Cardinals!
Rasmus the other way. That will carry. Look at that ball carry. I'll tell you what.
That's surprising.
Just watching how this has gone tonight, you wonder if this is going to be a hitter's park. Agreed?
Looking at it before the game, I would say no. But as you say, observing the 3 home runs we've seen, see a ball like that looks like a routine pop-up and then almost carries to the warning track, you may be right.
So here's Joe Mather, who doubled and picked up an RBI first time up. Didn't start the game. And if you're just joining us, the big story for the Cardinals, how about Matt Holliday? 4 RBIs with a home run, a double, and a single. First pitch, a strike to Joe.
Yeah, the Cardinals had Holliday and Pujols for all the missed time, but most people will tell you, you get around 30 at bats, you're ready. Spring training is 6 weeks for the pitchers. Position players need about 10 days, 2 weeks.
Strike 2. Well, Minnesota would like to do what the Yankees did last year, win a World Series. First year, the new ballpark. Cardinals did that in '06, of course. Mather strikes out, and that sends us to the bottom of the 9th. 8-4 Redbirds. Back in Minnesota, the Cardinals have a lead of 8-4 behind 13 hits this evening. And the Redbirds will turn it over to Jason Mott, hard-throwing right-hander. Old Glory waving there in the wind, and that pole is from Metropolitan Stadium. It's the building next to the ballpark.
Kind of a nice little Art Deco feature.
Brian Dinkelman is the hitter, and the first pitch taken for a ball. Mott really finished up last year on a high note. He went 4-4 on the season, 69 games for the hard-throwing right-hander Jason Mott.
Yeah, this spring training, it's been the Mott, Boggs, Hawksworth, been a little bit, maybe a step backwards from where they thought they'd be. That's one of the reasons why Kyle McClellan didn't do anything to not become the 5th starter, but because these guys were not as efficient as you thought they were going to be, you didn't know if you could cover those innings, and so you had to put Kyle McClellan back into the bullpen, and also the mere fact that Jaime Garcia flat out pitched extremely well.
Now we're told that the secondary pitches this spring from Mott have been better.
So it's that catch-22. You don't want to do it at the expense of your fastball, which, and for power pitchers, and you really do consider him one.
2-2. Lifted into right center. That's a 3rd or 4th fly ball. We've seen these outfielders drifting to go back, so it makes you think that the wind is playing tricks a little bit on these fly balls.
And you know, you would think the wind gets screened here a little bit. Castilla, he's been playing shortstop the last couple of innings, but is blowing briskly out. You know, it takes power pitchers more time to get their velocity.
Alexi Casilla looks at a ball. I want to thank our crew here in Minnesota. We're not sure when we're going to see you again. Two 2-0. We saw the Twins in interleague play last year come through St. Louis. You have to wonder if Franklin would falter at any point in time. Would the Cardinals feel comfortable with Mott back in that role of occasionally having to finish off a game?
I think they would, and I know their intentions are to use Boggs at times, but I think what they're going to do is there are going to be times when they feel that they're going to have to shut down Franklin and then go to a secondary reliever.
How do you think the Cardinals will handle September with Franklin? And I know that's a long ways away, but that is something that you have to talk about, because at times they've handled him with kid gloves, but they haven't used him, and then other times in other seasons they felt he was overused.
And finding that happy medium.
Yeah. Ground ball hit to short. Brendan Ryan up with it.
I believe that Franklin was not used enough the last 3 weeks, and he kind of lost his great location. You know, he walked as many people in September as he walked for the first 5 months, and was being used. I think he only pitched 3 times the last 3 weeks, and so when he got into the playoffs, he didn't have that same command, and he doesn't have the velocity of a Boggs or a Mott, so he is relying on his command, and when you're pitching once every 6 days or so, you don't have your pinpoint control.
Remember Mott, it was opening day and he gave up a crushing double to Jack Wilson and the Pirates in St. Louis, but he handled that very well. He talked about the veterans saying, hey, it's going to happen. It was magnified because it was opening day.
Dan, you know, when you saw how he handled that, you knew he could handle a lot of pressure, because that was, as you said, devastating. And yet he came out the next day with his head up high and couldn't wait to get his next assignment.
Minnesota down to their final strike. They're the Twins with only 4 base hits tonight.
Remember, was it Ray Bussey? Right hand. It was going to be the next Marty Marion. It was back in the 70s, and could be the next Marty Marion. Had a great spring, hit 400 first day. He hit like a triple off the right field ball in his first at bat. About the 3rd or 4th game, he was getting booed every minute, and flat out came in one inning after making a couple errors and refused to go back out.
This could do it if it's caught, and it will be. The Cardinals win it in exhibition play. They defeat the Minnesota Twins. Back to wrap it up in just a moment. 8-4 final this evening. A lot of fun for us tonight, and that's it from Target Field, where the final score is 8-4. Join us on Monday for complete Cardinals coverage beginning at 8 a.m., highlighted by the 2010 season opener against the Reds starting at noon. For Al Raboski, I'm Dan McLaughlin, and our entire crew saying so long from Minneapolis. The season is about to start on Fox Sports Midwest. Coverage Monday beginning at 8. So long from Minneapolis.